usines, entreprises sont de nos jours en faillite.
It's interesting. Yes. It's the first good question that pops to mind.
My name is Tzili.
My name is Ilan.
I was born in a kibbutz.
Was born here. My parents were born in Poland.
My parents, they came from Lithuania. My favorite drink is natural orange juice.
My favorite drink is red wine. My favorite dish is pasta.
It's very simple, I like very much. French fries and schnitzel and also peanuts. I'm Jewish. I grew up as an atheist.
I was brought up as a Jew.
I went to a synagogue just once a year.
When I was younger, I was more strict on religious issues. When I'm not working, I love the notion of not working, so I love to feel a sense of freedom, walking anywhere.
In my free time, I make it free. I always study something. I'm studying for, I think, almost 8 or 9 years Buddhism. ואהבת לרעך כמוך means love your friend as you love yourself. And that's what I think. The moment that we will love our neighbors and we will speak with them. I mean the simple people in the street, because I don't believe that peace will come through the politics.
But in order for it to happen, there has to be trust and there has to be understanding and empathy between the two peoples.
Okay, there are two wars now in Israel. First of all, it's very ugly because it's in the middle of the nature and it separates animals and it separates people. And but from the other side, it prevents the terrorist attack. Since there is a wall in Jerusalem, the terror attacks went down dramatically. Yeah. I hope that one day it will happen like in Berlin, that we can destroy the wall that we built. We can destroy with our hands.
In the future, I hope that there will be no wall and no need for any walls.
No walls and no wars.
Oh yeah.
לא הלכנו שם עדיין, נכון?
I'm Tal, I'm 30. I am a teacher. I teach math and history and language. I do like hanging out, mostly host people and cook some dinner, the tomato spaghetti. Actually the drink I like best is my tea that I use some good leaves. I don't believe in God. I'm not sure exactly what God means. I do know that there are things greater than you and I. We have no way of acknowledging them in a correct way. My parents were born here and my grandparents were born in Germany. They ran away from Nazi Germany and the Holocaust. I'm not Jewish in practice in any way. I think that both sides are being played at. There was never ever a keen move towards peace aside of Rabin, which is in a push of a button was eliminated. I'm not so sure that Rabin was eliminated by some civilian that hated him. I don't know. I'm not so sure that a lot of people in the government were behind him. I'm not so sure that whoever has control here did want peace. It could work. We are not the first opposing cultures that made an agreement. They know that there are wise and good people on the other side. They can talk together. And there was always a partner, I think. And there will always be a partner if you know how to talk and you know their language and you know that there needs to be a solution. The building of the wall, it is an unbelievable thing for me. This is just an amazing thing to see history repeats itself. Over and over again I think of the Berlin Wall and the separation between the East and the West. And it's so funny for me to see it happening in front of my eyes again. I served in the military, in the army, and I saw it happening. I saw it, the wall being built, established in the middle of the field of a farmer. The wall separates between two neighbor villages, which have one family in the other side. I remember how afraid I was to go on buses. Waking up one day to the sound of an explosion. Everybody here knows somebody that got hurt or killed or, you know, experienced an explosion from himself. I never will forget the fear that I had as a soldier when I was in the other side.
Okay, my name is Al-Sadani Al-Amzi and I'm from Jenin in Palestine country. Palestinian country. I like to drink limonada with nana, with menta. Melochia, it's some food. In this time, I like to play with my daughter. When I don't have work, I like to play with the daughter. I'm Muslim, but not very strong Muslim. Every Friday I go in the mosque, and I believe we have a God. I believe everything, but I'm not strong with the Islam. I think if everybody look for other people and like for every people like what you like for yourself, we have a good life. We have the one God for every people. I think in Israel we need it because every time before we don't have it, and every day we have boom and killing children and people. It's not don't have business with this problem. I think if one time it's come, we don't have the boom, we don't need it, we remove it.
And even though they were influenced pretty much only by Europe, they were left the appreciation of the classical European culture, like Renaissance and the thing after the classical things, and the Romic, you know, they were not into all of this.
My name is Shiri and I'm living in Tel Aviv. My father's parents came from Poland, and my mother came from Poland. So I also like red wine when it's good wine, and pisco sour. Everything that has tofu, lentils, and rice and vegetable. I never have free time, even on my free time when I'm traveling abroad, I never find free time. I brought up as there is no religious and no God. In the last 3 years I completely believe that there is. We have to do as much as we can. In 2 or 3 generations it will happen, but it's only if we will now believe and act with navigate and not with reality feedback. I think that the Palestinians here are suffering from Holocaust, and I'm just like the German, closing my eyes and don't see and don't hear and don't listen to what's happening, and the wall is another silent evidence to my indifferent or my nation, my people abusing other people just because they can. I think it's very, very wrong. and I wish I had more something that motivated me to fight it. I wish I would find it. If I one day would go to the Knesset and try to give them some kind of message, I will ask them to stop run this country as a political institute and just run it as a good place to live here.
Ana Huda, my name is Huda Musarwe. I am Palestinian. I am from Palestine, from Taibeh. I think my mom's lemonade, probably. My favorite dish is mlokhiyya. It's like just a green, slimy soup. I love it. I love listening to music, seeing friends eating. Eating is my favorite activity. I love going out, just partying, having a good time, spending time with my mother and reading. I was brought up conservative but not too religious. I don't consider myself religious on the other hand. In order for peace to happen, to become possible in Palestine, there has to be justice for the Palestinians and the Africans and everyone that lives in this piece of land. Justice for the Palestinians that are trapped inside the West Bank, that are being imprisoned from traveling, that don't have the ability to move. So justice, and that is what brings peace. That is not a separation wall, it is an apartheid wall. It's a racist machine, in my opinion. It has to go down just like every wall before and after it.
My name is Hannah. I'm originally from Venezuela. My roots are in Poland and Spain, and I've been living in Israel for 8 years. My favorite drink is Guinness. My favorite dish is steak. I like painting and reading. I grew up in an Orthodox Jewish home, but I'm an atheist. I believe in a one-state solution where everyone just learns to get along with everyone. I think history repeats itself and it's going to fall down just like the Berlin Wall.
In the 20s, when the Ashkenazi Jews came here, they were very revolutionary. They wanted to start a new culture and a new people, like a new thing.
I've been born here. They call me Abu Amir, and the whole family, my father, grandfather, and grandfather, they come from here. We've been here in the area for a very long time. I nearly drink everything, but I prefer the vodka. I prefer ma'lubi. We make it from eggplant, meat, and rice. We fry the eggplant and boil the meat, and then we put them together with the meat broth, and we put the rice on top of it and cook them together. Well, I'm Greek Orthodox religion. I believe in God and I believe in my church, but I tell you the truth, here I have a very hard time. I hardly find time to go to church. I like to travel, but the problem, we cannot afford it here. And the only thing I do, I meet with my children and grandchildren at home. Even I cannot take them out, because we don't have enough income. If we all think that we are human beings and we come from Adam and Eve and forget about the politicians, then that will happen. Those who build the wall, they want to protect themselves. They think that Arab people are criminal or whatever, but in reality we are not. That's what I believe. And that wall, it do separate the Arab from the Israeli people, but that shouldn't happen. I believe we can all live together in one country. Forget about religion, whether we are Jewish or Christian or Muslim. Why not to live together?
If you could say one thing to Jewish people or to Israeli people, if we show this video to them, what would you say?
I've been born, and from the time I've been a little boy, my father, he'd been telling me that they were living with Israeli people before the occupation and they were too friendly. Why don't let me feel that they are friendly too? I hope again that we can live together and be friendly. We all come from Adam and Eve.
My name is Tomer. I'm Israeli. I'm born in Israel. Now I live here in Tel Aviv. You can say I'm Jewish. I born Jewish like my grandfather, and my grandparents are Jewish also. So I'm Jewish, I guess. That's about my roots. My favorite drink is tubu. My favorite drink also is guayava fresh drink. My favorite dish is sushi. I love sushi. In the summer I like to go to the beach, to go sometimes to travel in the nature. I'm diving sometimes, like scuba diving. Hanging out, with friends, things like that, meetings. I'm not religious. I'm more like a Zionist. I know people in Europe see this word Zionist in a bad way, but Zionist is more like someone that born in Israel and he knows the roots of his grandparents and stuff like that. In my case, my grandfather lost like 9 brothers in the Holocaust, for example. So I'm a Zionist, I love my country. I did army, I still do army once in 1 year, 2 years. Basically, I love like all religious people, like from all different religions. And I wish that we could really live together side by side, like brothers with one religion even. And that's it. There is not like a big wall over there. There is a fence because there are terrorists in this specific region and in more regions across Israel. And what I mean is, if we haven't like something like a fence or something like that to defend ourselves, so we could have like buses exploding in the streets like once a month or even more often. So it's like our civilians' life or a little interference to the farmers in this area. So I can really understand it, but what can we do others?
But of course it's with big things.
Instead of just accepting everybody with his own religion and it's very sad. It's very deep.
My name is Eli. I came from Syria, and my roots are also Syrian people.
I was born in Israel. My name is Avichai, and I'm 27. And my parents' parents were born in Iraq and in a place near Iraq in Kurdistan.
My favorite drink is the GB whiskey.
I like Glenfiddich and Grand Orange. I like it when people drink whiskey, they become very, very drink, but still clear and focused.
My favorite dish is Cuba.
Cuba?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
My mom's favorite dish
Wow.
also. What's yours?
Mine is sushi. I really like sushi. So what I do first thing I do is to shave everything from all around the head and just leave the dark hair over here and trying to look if it looks familiar. Sometimes it does, and if you see here, it almost looks like the Führer himself. The only thing I have to do is to take a little hairs from the floor from the previous customers and put it here. I spit and they put it here, and it's just like. Can you raise your hand? No, not like that.
Like that?
Yeah, but can you do the canal? You know the canal? It's like you do.
I'm not going to do that.
No. It's okay. It's French. It's French. Basically, it's when a person that hates Israel and everyone wants to tell him that he's an anti-Semitic or something like that, we don't buy it. He just hates Israel, okay? And he does that. And with the left hand, it's like he cuts his arm. Okay. It's like Heil, but without doing the Heil act. So
let's go back to the interview. I think it's more.
No. It's all about Hitler. Trust me.
I like to go with friends, to meet friends, to travel. Most of all, I like to go shopping. Yeah, but beside that,
I like going out drinking and meeting with friends and getting to know interesting people.
I'm very religious. I'm Jewish, and my parents are also the same. It's very complicated.
Yeah.
I believe in God.
Like the Facebook.
No. I believe in God. And
you believe in God?
And that's it.
Okay, that's awesome. I feel like I'm Jewish because I was told I'm Jewish, and I like the tradition, but I'm not that into religion. I'm an atheist, and I think everyone should be. I mean, I respect people that are religious and they believe in God. I respect that, but I don't respect it when it comes to
fanatic. I think it's possible if people will talk to each other, like Arab and Israeli and Jewish people, just sit down and talk and leave all the ideas or whatever their parents told them and grandparents told them, and just sit down and to meet each other and know each other. They will see that they're talking to a regular human beings, and this way I think they will live in peace together.
So just sitting with each other and talk?
Meeting each other.
But like the whole 9 million people that live here?
Yeah, a group of them, and not like hundreds of them, many hundreds. To allow people to go there and to allow people to come here. And yeah, I think it will be possible.
Okay. I think peace is possible, but if I really try to answer the question when, maybe it will be like 40 or 50 years from now. I don't look at this wall as separate from the occupation. I think it's the same. It's the same issue. It makes 2 million people being stuck in a yeah, it's like a ghetto, and they cannot do whatever they want or go. Sometimes they cannot pass between their villages to see their own family and friends.
I'm thinking now as an Israeli person, and as an Israeli, I do think that we need the wall to protect ourselves from suicide bombers. I knew a lot of Arab people, and they're very nice. And I lived in Syria until the age of 13.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
And we loved each other, and it doesn't matter if I'm Jew and they're Arab.
My name is Ahmed Hassan. I'm living here, and this is my country. I was born here. My father, my mother, my grandfather was born here. I drink right, water, kebab, I sit in the coffee shop. They don't let me drive. I'm not allowed to drive. I'm not allowed to board. Police will come if the Jews give us our land. Give us our freedom.
My name is Amos Adam. I come from Israel. Israel is my home. I was born in New York City. My parents originate from the US and from Russia and Romania. And then the US 6 generations back is actually from Amsterdam. My favorite drink is a smoothie of banana, dates, and strawberries. My favorite dish is a ripe Israeli persimmon. My mother is a Reform rabbi, and my grandfather from my father's side is Reform rabbi. I don't believe I grew up in a religious setting. I grew up in a spiritual setting. The difference is religion is law, and spirituality is belief. I'm culturally Jewish. I'm culturally many things, also culturally Muslim on some level, but I'm definitely not religious. Once is a collaborative people, both culturally Muslim and culturally Jewish. In whatever religion we belong to, we realize our inner peace and our state of mind that loves one another regardless of color, sex, or anything else that comes between. We can relate to each other and realize we're already in peace. We just have to embrace each other. It doesn't make sense to me that the Jews build their safety on the price or on the behalf of the Palestinians' well-being, whether it's freedom to move and whether it's a psychological setting where you don't have a wall in front of your face while growing up. Let's meet each other. It exists. The Sulha project, for example, it already exists. Let's just meet each other.
ולכן קוראים לה ניקה זה הזמן.
כן, זה ללא ספק, זה גם אנחנו כבר לקראת סיום התוכנית וזה נשארה אפילו על כמה פעמים.
My name is Avi Goldberger. I was born and raised in Jerusalem. I still live here after 38 years. And my origins are 3/4 Eastern European, 1/4 is from the region. I think maybe English ales, English beers. No, I'll go for a Guinness. No, I'm a simple man. I enjoy a simple salad or sandwich. I'm a very big music collector and I write a blog about music. That's how I spend most of my free time. I grew up in, I'd say, traditional family. We celebrated the holidays and special events in the Jewish calendar. I find myself as a non-religious person. I don't believe in religions. I think the future for the region is financial progression and cooperation between Palestine, Israel, and the rest of the world. Yeah, the Palestinians, they have a wall towards the Israelis. The Israelis, they have a wall towards the Palestinians. So inhuman, construction, building. If it was up to me, I'd tear down the wall.
My name is Aviva, and I was born in Israel, but my parents came from Ethiopia. Dish. I like junk food most. Chips with ketchup. I like to hear music, discover new music on YouTube and stuff. Playing with my niece, nephews, reading a little. I believe there's a God, but I don't think we're the best people, like the Jews are the best, like the Bible said. I think we're all just people, and we're all even, like the same. I don't know, maybe if we stop seeing people through their religion or color or different beliefs. It's just like seeing the person who's in front of you as a person, as individual, and not like part of some group. Just let each one of us be himself, destroy the wall. And I do hope that it will happen in the future, but there's a lot of work to do before.
From Eritrea. Bira. Schnitzel. Mami Besho,
He's not religious, but he believes in Jesus. We are waiting until it's going to be peace.
And what do you think about the separation war?
It's very, very ugly.
My name is Roy. I'm from Israel, from Ramat HaSharon. My parents is from Kurdistan. I live there, Israel, and that's good. And I love eat macaroni. I love drink vodka and Red Bull. Only sleeping. I love sleeping only. The ש"ס, I am the ש"ס, איך אמרת את זה? ליטאי.
תגיד לייט.
לייט. איך אומרים?
In God we trust.
In God we trust. תעזור לי. I'm sorry, but I speak a little bit English. I talk Hebrew, it's okay?
Yeah.
אני חושב על המצב שבעזרת השם יהיה טוב ואנחנו כולם נהיה בשלום.